everybody. So Jaclyn is going to join me. This is a very last minute pop-up live. We just felt it was really appropriate for us to do that today. So just gonna, hello Ryan, my darling. Mwah. There she is. Let's see. Here we go. Let me see. Hi Lindsay, darling. Mwah.
Hi.
There she is. How are you, my darling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a very interesting day.
A day.
I went to the gym today and my personal trainer had rescheduled me with this other trainer, and I was like, why didn't she just cancel? Because I only want to work with her. And it was just all these weird things that have happened all day, and I've been like, I just need some time to process.
There's a meme floating around that says, what a fucking year this week has been. And that's how I feel.
Yes. I'm telling you. And that's the reason why, you know, it's so funny because, you know, when people are having a tough time, they just want to withdraw and like hide under the quilt in their bed. Yeah. They don't want to talk to anyone. We know better. When things get tough, what do? We open up. We ask for support, we give support, we love, we be open, we be transparent, because that's what enables us to get the support, you know what I mean? And to give the support.
I feel like in every reading that I've done for myself or for anybody else in the last 2 weeks, one thing that keeps coming up is ask for support.
Yes. Yes. And Talk about so how you're feeling.
We're so conditioned to be afraid to ask for support. And I had a moment today. It was very weird because all day I felt so fantastic. And I've had people reaching out to me telling me that I've never looked better and I'm glowing and I'm this and I'm that.
Honey, you're like a dream. You are looking so beautiful. You're like literally, I love her word babe. She's like, I am a babe. I'm like, yeah, you look like a babe.
And then I seriously, because I'm conditioned, then I go, I can't feel like this. I can't feel like this. Why? I'm not allowed to feel like this. And what I've been doing now that I didn't do in the past is I'm reaching out to my friends that are in this community and people who are on this journey as well. And I think that's really key too. We can talk about muggles, but I'm reaching out for help and I'm going, I'm feeling like this. And thank God I have people around me that are going, nope, we're not going to do that. It's a trigger. It's bringing A, B, and C up, and they're still being brought up because you haven't healed them. So how can you look at them? And today, especially, this wave of peace washed over me after I reached out for some support. And I just seriously sat back and was like, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah. You know?
I'm going to light some sage.
Yeah, I've got my incense going behind me. Hi, Justin.
Well, this is the thing, is that, you know, we all have, oh, hello, Justin. Mwah. We love you, Justin.
Our brother.
Yes. I think that's nice and lit. The thing is that it was something, I know I've been a bit tough talking lately on the stories, but it needed to be said, and that is that we are all ascended masters in different states of remembrance. But if we want to fuck up our lives, we're allowed to. So that makes people have to understand there's nothing stopping you. You have to, it's a constant choice.
You have free will.
You can love someone or you can hate them. You know, you can embrace them or you can attack them. Yes. This is a constant choice as to whether you're channeling love or darkness, and it's a choice. And if you stop choosing, you can end up going in a way that's not helpful for you or for anyone. You know, you have to stay very aware.
Right.
So true.
And I think like that's another thing. You have to be aware of what you're feeling. and where it's coming from. And I think for so long, when I didn't feel like, you know, I told myself that whatever was coming up had to be stifled and it had to be shoved down instead of dealing with it. I just kept going like this. And then saying to myself, no, I'm happy, I'm positive, I'm going to read an affirmation, I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to go do that, I'm fine. And that is only going to get you so far before you explode. And instead now, if something comes up and I'm not feeling fine, I'm looking at it.
Yes.
I'm sitting with it. And I'm trying to figure out where it came from. I did, last week, I did an inner child healing. Holy shit. I mean, was it pretty? No. Did it feel horrible during? And that day was really, really rough. It's shifted so many things since then. We can't deny how much that stuff matters.
Affects us.
And it's okay. I don't know why we're all so quick to make that not be okay, because it is. We were these innocent little children. And
the thing is yeah, and the thing is most of us are still carrying that around. And, you know, the denial is the biggest problem, I think. It's the denial of how we're feeling. Because I do say to everybody, please understand that every thought in your head comes from either your ego or your higher self. It's your job as a responsible adult to trace the lineage of every thought. Every thought is only one or the other. So if that thought is telling you to do something that's malicious, then you know that's not right. This is not good. You can go, or something that comes from fear, or something that's got an attack energy, or something that's just, do you know what I mean? You need to be able to sit with it and ask yourself, what's really going on? What's really, really going on?
I've noticed through the work that we've been doing, and then as I go into that with the inner child healing. So you and I have talked about this. I have really major codependency issues. And doing my inner child work, I realize for me to chase after someone to love me is normal. It's what I know. So it's, as much as I want to tell you and tell everybody and complain to my girlfriends, I hate this, I hate chasing, blah, blah, blah. It's what I know. So it's comforting to me. It's normal to me. So I keep doing it. So, and I am very manipulative in relationships, or have been. I'm very controlling. And it is because I am conditioned to be like this around someone for fear of losing them. Where now it's like, okay, now I know this. And now I know I also don't have to chase love.
No, you can actually remain secure in your goddessness. There's a few things. The lady just made a really great point. I wanted to catch it before it disappeared. Sally, you cannot overcome what you can't confront. And that's it. If someone can't confront that the life that they're living right now is not the life that they want to lead, and they're just going to try and make somebody else or something else the reason for their anger, that's because they can't confront the truth of what's really happening in their life. You know, you have to confront what's really going on in your real life really now. Now, something else that you said just triggered a thought as well, which was often like if somebody has grown up with a father that's not very affectionate or that doesn't say, I love you and things like that, we can be drawn to men that are like that, and men that are very open and loving and affectionate, we actually find them too soft. So that's something to be aware of as well, is how our conditioning works, that, you know, the love we receive from our father, sometimes we need to unlearn that and seek something different in our partners, because we can be drawn to cold men, and even if our father is actually a good man, but we can be drawn by aspects of their personality, and it's very important for us to just become very aware.
Sure. And then what's interesting, I think, about my story, because I've shared with you and I've shared with others, I'm divorced. I was married for a long time. I got married very young. I thought I made a choice that couldn't fail, because I married a man who was the exact opposite of my father. And what I've realized in my healing is you can't marry your dad. It's still weird to marry your dad. Even if it's a version that wasn't your actual father, I still chose the father I wanted and I married him. And that's creepy. When you once you're in it and you're married to it, it's weird.
I think there's a fine line. There is a fine line, because, for example, my father is very loyal, very reliable. Whenever he says he's going to do something, he does it. And that's definitely things I want to look for in a man. At the same time, I'm aware of the fact that my father, because his father was, really like zero emotion, that my father is not really good at expressing those things. That doesn't come comfortably or easily to him, but he always makes sure I feel loved. Honestly, he makes me feel loved. And so in which case, it just has made me aware of just being able to be aware that I'm maybe being drawn to guys that are a little bit stunted in that area, and with them, they don't have the undercurrent my dad has, where, okay, he may have not got it from his dad, but the love is huge and big that he has. Whereas these guys, they have that similar thing, but maybe they don't have the love. So we have to be aware of these things,
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, let's return to the beginning subject, just in case anyone didn't know. So the subject is how to stay calm in the storm of life. Life at the moment is creating a storm around a lot of us. I reposted from Twin Flames Guide about the fact that a lot of spiritual leaders are under huge attack at the moment, and actually from other spiritual leaders as well. Other spiritual leaders are attacking other spiritual leaders, and it's all a bit of a mess. And then other women that have done lots of work on themselves are regressing due to returning to relationships that have set their vibration lower, and it's impacting every aspect of their life. These spiritual attacks are real.
You had your post the other day too about people coming, like, working their way back into your life.
Yeah.
And the intention might not be pure.
Well, it's not actually, I don't think it's actually anything wrong with them. What it is we have moved on since then.
Exactly.
So we have grown. So what happens is, let's imagine that person's from 2014, when we were resonating at an 8.5, and they're a nice 7, and things were nice. Well, now you're an 11, and in terms of your vibration, and they're still at 7, and so you be with them, you're going to be an 8, and now you've dropped 3 points just by being around someone who, and please remember, guys, I'm talking about vibrational numbers. This isn't about aesthetics or money or any of that. This is about vibrational number. So you will be impacted by going around people. If you have grown since you were around them, the chances are you're not meant to probably be back in it, especially not in a sexual way. This is not regarding twins. Twins is another thing. This is just life. And this is happening everywhere, whether it's someone going back to their husband, somebody going back with their old best girlfriend, someone going back with their ex-boyfriend, just being in sexual contact, or even just being in verbal contact with a really good girlfriend that you talk to every day. That in itself could really affect things. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it happened to me. I woke up one morning, and I obviously have constant contact from my angels, and I just heard a voice, and all it kept doing was selling me on the idea of me renewing my friendship with a girl that I've not spoken to in 2 years. It just kept going on about, you two can walk the dogs, you two can cook in your lovely kitchen, and she lives near you, and you can go shopping together, and this, and it was selling it to me. I'm thinking, this is weird. I was like, is this my angels? I said, this is kind of strange. I wasn't really sure. It was really weird. And that's why I think so many people are getting caught by the whispers, because the whispers are like something we're not used to hearing.
Well, I always joke with people too nowadays that, and please, everybody understand, I am joking when I say this. Life was a lot easier when I didn't know I had a third eye. Life was a lot easier when I didn't know what the ascension flu was. Life was a lot easier when I didn't know like what my chakras were doing. And I only
life was easier when you didn't know that you had an ego trying to sabotage your life, you know.
Life was
but
easier
that's why
when
so many people that's why so many people want to regress, darling. Sorry,
exactly.
You repeat what you were saying, and then I'll repeat it, because I know when in the recording it'll only let one of us speak at a time. So you just say what you were going to say, darling.
I was just saying life was a lot easier when I wasn't awake, and when there was that old version of myself, and people do come back, and it's almost I'm not an alcoholic and I'm not in recovery or anything, but I wonder if it's how people feel when they see friends out that are partying and drinking, and you go, oh God, that looks really good. Sometimes it does look really good. Sometimes it does look really good. And sometimes I do think to myself that there's things that happen to me now emotionally and physically that I feel, and I know they mean and are signaling something completely different than what I would have thought they were a year or two ago, even 6 months ago in some cases. And I kind of miss the days sometimes where I would have just thrown back a Xanax or
had some Fireball, you know. I mean, I tell you what, because you guys all know I've been on a fast since Christmas Eve. So for Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and my birthday, I was not drinking, and I'm still not drinking, and I'm to do this for 90 days. And that's not been very easy. Hello, Dale. That's Dale. She's my sweetheart. So the thing is it's really, really important that everybody is aware that people are regressing. And if someone regresses and you point it out to them, the chances are they will push you away as hard as they can. And if you continue to try and wake them out of it and get them back to where they were, the chances are they will attack. It's true. So we have to let people regress in peace, even if it makes us sad. Because if someone is determined to regress, they're going to regress. Mm-hmm. And if they see you as the reason why they need to regress for some reason, and I've seen it a lot the last few months, I've seen it so much, I really have. And it is just what it is. We just have to allow people to do what they're doing. And focus on ourselves. You know, like I said, I'm not drinking these days. I'm living in a really beautiful place. I'm in a really good space. So when things like this are happening, I'm able to see them clearly for what they are. And that is that we're doing good work. We are here to save the world. We are goddesses. We are queens. We are warriors. And we are going to fucking do this. We are going to change the planet. And so obviously there's an equal opposite dark force that's like, let's see if we can mess with these people, and it's going to affect us, and it's going to whisper, and it can only affect the people who listen to the whispers. Mm-hmm. So, and the whispers are real, guys, because like I said, they were whispering to me to try and make me friends with this girl again. And then I called out my I Ching and I did a divination, and I asked what would happen if I made contact with it, and it said ruin. I was like, oh my God, this isn't angels. This is fallen angels. This is something not good whispering to me. And then shortly after that, I had the same thing. They tried to convince me that I was to get back with my ex-boyfriend from 2014. He's a nice guy. He's a lovely guy. But is he the guy? No. Does he make me feel adored and wonderful? And does he treat me as well as the stepping stone soulmate that I had in the spring? Nope. So... am I glad I had a stepping stone soulmate, so I got something to compare it to, and I'm like, this is not it? Because I could have easily fallen into that, but that stepping stone soulmate, that's why I recommend them. Someone that treats you wonderfully. It means then if anyone comes along that doesn't treat you that way, you're like, this isn't it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I feel that way. Like there's been so many things, people mostly, not necessarily situations, but there's been people that have been popping up in the last like 4 or 5 days. Old friends, friends from when I lived in New York City, friends from, like pill popping, binge drinking days. And even just like, you know, you helped me so much. I got a new job. My financial situation is changing a lot. Like, thank you. You know, I have more, what's the word I want to say? I don't want to say opportunity. I could screw around more right now if I wanted, in a lot of aspects in my life. I have the freedom and the free will to do so.
Oh, honestly, I could, gosh, don't even get me started on that subject of what I could get up to if I wanted to right now. And maybe that's what it's about. Maybe that's exactly what it's about. Maybe that liter bottle of Fireball that's still there from before my fast, you know, is just the start of it, you know? And this is the thing, guys. I want to end where we started, which is we are ascended masters, all of us that are watching this. You wouldn't be drawn to my energy. You wouldn't be drawn to this community if you were not an ascended master. But that doesn't mean that you do not have the free will to fuck up your life if you choose to. And it's a choice. And it doesn't mean that you are always going to be perfect. And darkness, if you've made a lot of progress, darkness is going to try and set you backwards, and it's going to use all kinds of clever ploys. It knows, you know, your ego knows everything. Your ego knows everything your parents ever said to you. It knows all your ancestral lineage stuff. It knows everything a boyfriend's ever said to you. It knows just which buttons to push. It knows exactly what to do. And you just have to trace where the thoughts are coming from. And if you get stuck, ask me. I mean, as simple as that, guys. I am here for you. You each have coordinators. These coordinators are going through my program right now. If you have a thought and the potential action as a result of doing the thing that this thought is telling you to do, if you think it could be disastrous, you can come to us. All of the coordinators' names are listed on the regions on the bottom of this page. You can contact us and be like, SOS, SOS. Now the fact is, we're here. We are here.
Yeah.
We are here. Contact all of us, you know, and make sure you go in the Facebook page and make sure everyone who's in your locality hears your SOS too. Put out an SOS. Say, I feel like shit and something is telling me that I should start drinking again. I feel like shit and something is telling me to get back with my ex-boyfriend that beat me. I feel like shit. Something's telling me that I should make friends with this girlfriend that used to steal from me. I want you to just speak it. But talk to somebody that's, if you go to one of the coordinators, like I said, they're going through my program right now. And worst case scenario, DM me. DM me. If it's a big SOS, DM me. I'm here. I'm just the servant. I'm here to serve all of you. And I just want everyone to heal and be happy, you know?
Yeah, that really is what we're all about with each other. The girls that are in my New York group, they know that we are communicating day and night. And as far as I'm concerned, it can't happen enough. My life changed profoundly when you ladies came into my life, because now I reach out, you know, I mean, I contact you often, but it's the other girls too. And we really truly are there for each other.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, and I think this is important, we don't let each other stay in that low vibe bullshit.
No, but the thing to remember is, luckily, all of the girls are fighters. All of the coordinators are fighters. They're going through my program. My program is really, really tough. If you can go through my program, you can do anything. You can defeat the ego. You can stop it from ruining your life. I know you can. If you're doing the work, you can do it. But if someone is determined to regress, then we do have to step back, because if someone is determined, we're not going to, you know, because they literally start attacking. I know from experience. I have somebody that I have done everything I can for, and literally calling out and saying, honey, this is your ego. You're in self-destruct mode. All it's done is make her attack me. So at some point you have to say, okay, guys, if you want to regress, you can. Yeah. Because you have to fight your own demons. I can tell you about them. I can help you. I can give you the homework, but it's you that's actually going to do the work. And if you can't, then it is what it is. Like, I can't fight it for someone. I wish I could.
No, absolutely. My example, all I'm saying is in our group, we can tend to do the, well, what's he thinking? What's he doing? I mean, like, we do it. We all do it. We're enlightened women and we're awakened women, but we're still women. But
sorry. Chat with your angels is saying, I wish my group did. Which group are you in? Chat with your angels. We're running out of time because I have to make a phone call at 7 to the Vedic astrologer who wants to spend maybe 5 or 7 lives teaching everybody all about Vedic astrology. So I'm trying to set that up for everybody, and he's amazing, incredible. But if your group isn't doing it, then contact Jaclyn.
Yeah, come to my group.
We'll figure it out. You know, we will always figure it out. You know, at the end of the day, no one is ever to be. Oh, South Atlantic. What does that mean? Oh, I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. I'm sorry. But either way, chat with your angels. Send a message to Jaclyn, who is Queen of Soul 1111. Yeah, just she will point you in the right direction. I was a New Yorker, LOL. Well, there you are. You can join.
Well, then you come on home.
Okay. Well, like I said, you know, we're all here. We're all here. Let's get through this. Let's stay calm in the storm. But guess what? This is what my angels want me to finish with. Let's not be in denial that there is a storm. Let's not hide our heads under the quilt and pretend the storm's not happening. Let's be aware that there is a storm. Let's be aware there is a storm, and the storm is trying to blow the roof off the house, and the storm will get you wet if you go out in the rain. There's a real storm happening, guys. But guess what? We are more powerful because we know what it's trying to do, and we're not going to let it affect us. But let's not pretend it's not there, because that's what's happening. The people that are becoming suckered by the dark energy are the people who are acting like the storm's not there, you know? And that's the problem. They're like, you know, they're regressing to being muggles and acting like the storm's not there. The storm's there, you know. And the whispers aren't always good things, guys. So just make sure that when you hear something, that you just check, is this coming from love or fear? And if you get stuck and you're not sure, try using the I Ching on iFate. But don't use anything else on iFate, just the I Ching. The I Ching has a blessed energy to it. And ask, what's the result if I do this? And if it tells you, it gives you a positive response or it gives you a negative response, that's a good way. Otherwise, ask one of us.
And guys, just stay strong, stay grounded, be love, stay in love. That's really, love is the only thing that is real. Keep coming back to love. And please reach out and ask for support and for help. You are so divinely held and guided, and you have more support and love around you than you might even realize. Yeah, the I Ching on iFate, but don't use anything else on iFate. iFate.com has something called I Ching, and just try the I Ching. It's really good. You have to use the word please, and I believe that keeps it to have a certain level of purity. Do not do the tarot readings or anything on there, though, guys. Just the I Ching, or just speak to one of us. Like I said, we're all here. We're all here to love. But I must go because I have to speak to the astrology guy. I love you all a lot. I'm going to be on with Lindsay tomorrow, and I believe, and America on Friday. So it's happening. We're going to be all in you guys' faces every day. We love you. Eyesight or eyesight. I Ching. I for indigo. C for Charles. H for Harry. I for indigo. N for November. G for green. I Ching on iFate. IFATE.com. Okay. Love you, my darling. Thank you for popping in at such short notice. My pleasure. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.